What's up, everybody? I'm your host, G the QB, and wishing everyone well, peace, and blessings during this holiday season and into another year. Hope everybody's safe, staying safe as possible. And I just want to give my perspective and commentary, you know, on the current uh, QB situation in the NFL involving Cam Newton. I made couple short videos on him before, and actually, I was rooting for Cam, man. I was rooting for Cam, hoping he'd get a shot in the league. Again, I thought he'd end up, with the Redskins. Then I thought the Falcons would give him a call, but Arthur Blank won't be doing that. And so here now back with the Carolina Panthers, which initially I thought was a good move because of the fanfare and admiration he had there. And I was hoping he'd come back and with a new coaching staff that believed in him, offensive coordinator. We eventually got fired and replaced, so that didn't work out. But I just got to give my balanced analysis on Cam and how I think his return was. He went 0-5, so he had opportunities to prove himself. He went 0-5. He showed flashes of brilliance. He really did. He had some plays where, especially running plays, that's his game. He's a big quarterback. But on certain passes, some passes looked like he was pushing the ball more than actually standing in the pocket, good footwork, good arm angle, open shoulders, and delivering the ball. It's like he's pushing the ball and he's struggling to throw. I don't see no zip on the ball. I don't see the right spin on the ball. And the arm's still strong. He still has a strong arm. But I just think it still looked like he's hurt to me, man. It does. He looked like that shoulder still, I know he had shoulder surgery, and that may be kind of, apprehending his delivery and his fundamentals. But, from an energy standpoint and uplifting the team, he's a good teammate. You don't hear nothing bad about him being a teammate. And those are all good things. But the one factor I think Cam ought to consider is that at this point in your career, my man, you're a backup at best. Now, he's been quoted before that he's not a backup, and I heard different pundits and armchair quarterbacks say, oh, he's not a backup because of his ego. But guess what? You're going to have to drop that ego, my man. There comes a point in time where in your career, you're just not that dude. And he's not the only one that ever went through that. So in my opinion, from my perspective, I think he'd be a nice quality backup, but he needs clipboard and visor time right now, man, because he's not a starter. He had 5 games to prove it now. I got to say that's really fair. He had 5 games to prove that he's not a starter. He showed flashes of brilliance, but no consistency. No consistency. And like I said, I'm a fan of Cam, man. I was rooting for the guy. And but lo and behold, the results are the results. 0-5, you had your chances. Now this weekend they're going to start Sam Darnold, who I think deserves another shot, man, because he started the season 3-0 when the defense was playing good. And now that you're out of the playoff run, just see what you got. Maybe he can come back in next year. I don't see Cam coming back next year, not to Carolina. And if he go to another team, like I say, he's a backup at best. He's a backup at best. But I think Cam needs that because he seemed to be self-grandalizing a lot. You know what I mean? It seemed to be all about him and, the antics, the celebrations. I get it. I really do get it. However, there's a point in time where you gotta kind of humble yourself, brother. You gotta kind of humble yourself and make it more about the team and the organization and yourself last. That way you'll be put first again. I think if he had that approach, and I know he was excited to come back, I would be too. But I think if he develops that approach, show some humility, and still work on his game, hit the film room, hit the weight room, work out, be a good teammate, you know what I'm saying? Carry the clipboard, wear the visor. That's all part of it. And I think most great quarterbacks have to go through that. And if you listen back to the old quarterbacks, there was a time where they had to humble themselves. The Steve Youngs, when he was battling with Montana, he thought he wasn't going to get his shot. He had to humble himself. You know what I mean? Doug Williams, when he came in the league from Grambling State, you know, he didn't get well received at first. He had to humble himself. And then once he humbled himself, he got the opportunity. So, not saying he can't speak up. Speak your mind. I'm not saying that. But for Cam Newton, he's a different kind of dude, man. You know, you kind of see his personality and ego before you see him. You know, and I get it, man. I've been around players like that before. I played with them. And, you know, there comes a time when you must reassess things. But for the most part, man, Cam, brother, I wish you the best. You know, I want you to resume your career, work hard this offseason, and come back strong next year, whoever team it may be. You know, I still think he can play, especially in the run game with these design runs for quarterback now, the way the offenses have changed. Give him a spread look, let the quarterback keep it. You got an extra blocker. You know what I mean? So in that regard, I think he can add value to a team. But as far as coming in as the undoubtedly starter and just, you know, franchise and everything, I think those days are gone for Cam, in my humble opinion. But tell me what you think in the comments. Shout out to my man KO Sports, and shout out to Jonathan Pipnett. You know, those guys, I watch some of their work, and they're doing a really good job when it comes to covering the Bears. And until the next time, I'm G to QB. Peace.